Have you ever heard the saying, too much of anything is bad? Well, today I want to tell you something that no one talks about. And that could be affecting more than just your liver. You know that guy at the barbecue who loves a beer and is always bragging about it? Well, he may not know that this popular drink could be sabotaging the very thing he values most, masculinity. But calm down. I'm not here to demonize beer, much less to tell you to never take a sip again. The question is, what is beer doing to your body, especially with your performance down there? I found out about this in an unusual way. A friend of mine who had always been healthy and active started complaining that things weren't working like they used to. He thought it was stress, age. But then came the surprise. The doctor asked him straight out how many beers he was drinking per week. The answer changed everything. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Because if there's one thing that can affect your health, your confidence, and even your relationships, youwhat needs know. And it's not just drinking. It's also healthy habits, a healthy mind, a healthy body. Stay with me, because this conversation can save you from a silent problem that is more present than it seems. And the best part, the solution is simpler than you think, and take advantage and check if it is already written on the channel so you don't miss any details. True friendship is a commitment, not an accident. You know when you make a friend and everything seems cool at first, but then he disappears, doesn't respond anymore, or fights over every little thing. That's right. True friendship is not like a game that we start and stop when we get bored. It's more like taking care of a plant. You need to water it, give it attention, and wait for it to grow. And sometimes, one of the two has to be more patient, wait for the other to go through difficult times, understand their mistakes, and forgive them. I once had a friend who was really sad and walked away. Instead of getting mad, I waited, texted, and stayed close. After a while, he came back and said, "Thank you for not giving up on me." Then I understood. A good friendship is one that doesn't give up easily. 2. Aging wisely is accepting our limitations. Imagine that life is like a video game. At first, we run, jump, learn quickly, and think we can complete everything without help. But as time goes by, the game gets harder. And do you know the secret of the most experienced players? They learn that making mistakes is part of the game. There was a lady I once knew. She was over 90 years old. And do you know what she told me? She only became wise when she stopped trying to be perfect. She learned to laugh at her mistakes, to apologize when she needed to, and to listen to even the youngest with humility. She said, "We only really get old when we stop playing, learning, and living lightly." So, growing wisely isn't about knowing everything. It's about knowing that there's always more to learn, and that it's okay and not to be able to do it all alone. 3. Growing is about overcoming yourself, not others. Have you ever been running a race with someone and just looked to the side trying to be faster than the other person? Well, when we do that, we stumble. Life is similar. We spend a lot of time trying to be better than others, when in reality the only thing we need to overcome is ourselves. I'll tell you something. One day I tried to learn how to skateboard. I watched a bunch of videos, and I compared my progress to some kid on Instagram who looked like a pro. I was frustrated, but then a friend said, "You don't have to be better than him. You have to be better than you were yesterday." That changed everything. Since then, every time I stay standing longer or fall less, I celebrate, because conquering myself is the true victory. It doesn't matter if someone else gets there first. What matters is that you're going further than before. For the love that endures is born of the soul, not of the skin. You know when two people look at each other and it seems like magic? That's beautiful, but it's not everything. True love isn't just about kisses or tight hugs. It's about deeper things, like respect, affection, and care. Think of love as a tree. The beauty of the flowers attracts attention, but what keeps the tree standing are the roots, invisible but strong. Roots like trusting the other person, listening with your heart, giving without expecting anything in return. I remember a very old couple I saw in the park. They were holding hands, walking very slowly. They didn't talk much, but you could see in their eyes that they really knew each other. It wasn't just passion, it was connection. They had built a love that time couldn't erase. True love doesn't start in the body, it starts in the soul. And when it does, it lasts a lifetime. 5. Humility is the treasure of the wise. Have you ever noticed how people who really know a lot are usually the ones who listen the most? Well, that's right. Humility isn't saying, I don't know anything, but knowing that you can always learn more, even from those you least expect. I once saw a very elegant man, covered in diplomas, talking to a little boy who was selling candy on the street. He wasn't just being polite, he was learning. The boy talked about his life, about how he earned his daily bread, and the man listened with shining eyes, as if each word were a lesson. In the end, he told me, wisdom lives in everyone. It just needs someone who has the courage to listen. This is what being humble is, knowing that the world is a giant school, and that we never stop being students. 6. The biggest challenge of old age is listening to your children. As time passes and we get older, our bodies change. But something even more difficult happens, listening to advice from our own children. It's complicated because those who have always taught now need to learn from those who were learning just yesterday. It makes you feel hurt. It makes you want to say, I know what I'm doing. But the truth is that over time, children see things that parents can no longer see so clearly. The challenge is to accept this with humility, to understand that listening is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of wisdom, and that children's love does not always come in the form of affection, but also in the form of advice, warnings, and even scoldings. Accepting this is one of the hardest lessons in life, but also one of the most important. 7. Moderation is the key to healthy living. Drinking beer or having something tasty is part of the fun, right? But when we overdo it, our body starts to feel the weight of it, especially important parts that we don't even imagine. For example, drinking. Too much beer can interfere with what we call downtown performance, that special moment that everyone enjoys spending with their loved ones. In addition, overdoing it can make our hearts, livers, and even our heads more tired and sick. How beer can negatively affect men's intimate health. Scientific proof. Reduced testosterone levels, excessive and frequent consumption of alcohol, such as beer, is associated with falling testosterone levels, the main male sex hormone. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism showed that alcohol inhibits the production of testosterone by the testicles. Low testosterone levels directly affect libido, sexual desire, erection, sperm production, energy, and general disposition. True strength lies in knowing how to have fun, but also respecting your own body. Drinking in moderation is like giving your health a hug. so you can enjoy life with energy and joy. So, look, beer can be a nice thing for us to enjoy with friends, right? But like everything in life, if we overdo it, it can end up causing harm. And not just to the liver, but to various parts of our body, even that special thing that we like to take care of. Therefore, it is very important to be smart and not let beer become a problem. Enjoying it in moderation is the secret to maintaining health and happiness, always hand in hand. If you like this video, you know what to do. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell so you don't miss anything we're going to bring here. Take care of yourself, with love, and until the next conversation. Thanks.